Let's look at Knight. This is Richard Sterling here. As we can see, this is his 360-degree view. We're gonna have a good overview of him since he is currently in test server now. Now, first and foremost, let's talk about his skill. For Knight, he has this skill called Adaptation, in which he immerses himself into story mode and he takes the traits of Knight. Now, what are the traits of Knight, you might wonder? As you can see on the bottom left-hand side of our screen, if we just press it, you can see there's an ability button, an attack button, and a stalemate button. Of course, for each one of these, you can use your adaptation when you are within 13 meters near the hunter. Right, so right now the hunter is not close to us just yet, so we can't do anything. So we'll get the hunter to actually walk towards us. And you can see on the bottom right hand side of your screen, adaptation slowly but surely comes into, like, it starts lighting up as you can see there. So adaptation, no adaptation, adaptation, no adaptation. If we use it outside of range, it just says that there's no targets within the range for tactical foresight. We'll now talk about his skills. So what is Knight's skills? The first one is his ability skill. If the hunter uses an ability and he gets predicted within the next 8 seconds, the hunter skill will be nullified. So we just test it out here. So we press 1 and we try the skill. As you can see here, the hunter is nullified. He can't use any more skills for the next 6 seconds and the ring has disappeared. Now, what is the next skill? If we just enable the cooldown depletion here, is the attack skill. If you manage to successfully bait out the attack or predict the attack, then the hunter will get stunned and you'll get a 40% movement speed boost. So we'll just do it here and we'll do that. Here, as you can see, there's a 40% movement speed boost and there is the hunter being stunned. So he basically just inspects his equipment. We'll try this again. And I will spam the attack button, by the way. So we press 2 and then I spam the attack button. Here, as you can see, the hunter cannot hit until 4 seconds are over, or it's 3 to 4 seconds, but it's around that. Now, the next one is stalemate. You actually can't use stalemate by itself. I'm spamming the stalemate button 3 right now, but you actually cannot use it by itself. You have to either use a prediction first and then stalemate. In which, what stalemate does is if the hunter does not do any animation or any attack or ability, you gain a shield. And with the shield, you counter a chip damage. You just take a chip damage, as you do see here too. So like with the hunter, let's try predict the hunter using an ability and then using a basic attack. So we'll use an ability first. As you can see, it gets countered, and we use a basic attack, you get a movement speed boost. Right, now on the other hand, if we predict that the hunter will use his attack and then stalemate, we can say, okay, we're gonna try basic attack here. Oh, but the hunter is currently stunned and we're still right now running. Stalemate will still be active and you still just tank a chip damage. So this works, generally speaking, pretty well if you're far away or close to the hunter. Against Gamekeeper, it might just be a little bit more different too. Okay, now let's look at Richard Sterling from the hunter's point of view. So here we have Bloody Queen. We are going to try his ability button first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize Richard Sterling's ability. Here we can see you predict as the hunter, and if I use the mirror immediately gets nullified and he basically just starts running and he's really safe. Now let's try basic attack hit. So we predict and we basic attack. Here, as you can see, you're basically nullified for quite a while with the basic attack. So if we try basic attack hit twice with a prediction here, so that's number 1, that's number 2, and then that's basic attack number 1, you can't do anything. That's basic attack number 2, and he basically still gets that movement speed buff. Now, let's see it from the hunter's point of view with stalemate. So we'll use ability, and then we will use stalemate. So here's the ability. It gets locked, and then here is stalemate, where he gets his mini shield and he only takes a chip damage. Now we'll look at Knight's Chivalrous Sympathy, in which you can rescue the survivors off Rocketcher and allow them to tank a chip damage for the next 8 seconds. Right now, Bomber will chair this Perfumer, and on the bottom right hand side of our screen, we should be able to see an OR button here for Chivalrous Sympathy. So if you're in the right angle, you can use it. You can't use it behind walls. So we'll just use this for now. Now, please do remember that I did bring Tightener here, so let's also see if Tightener comes into effect or not. And once we get the rescue, it seems like both Perfumer and Knight has Tightener. And if I hit Perfumer here, Perfumer only takes a chip damage. So just have that in mind too. There's one thing that you have to be really careful about Chivalrous Sympathy is the fact that you can actually get Terror Shocked if you mistime it, because this is considered an animation. So right now I'm gonna press Bonbon's basic attack alongside with his rescue ability, and you will see him be able to get Terror Shocked. There you go. So you need to be very careful into using this ability. This ability is, you know, pretty fast when it comes to activation time, but if you don't use it correctly, then you will get Terror Shocked. Now, here is one thing about Knight's tactical foresight. So when Knight begins rescuing a teammate, his tactical foresight will disappear. Okay, so let's just do this here, right? If we drop down coordinator onto towards the chair, and we're gonna tactical foresight here, predict that the hunter will use his abilities twice, and we get Bonbon here to use his ability. As you can see, it does get immediately locked, and you can perform the rescue. Okay, so here comes the big issue. If you predict your ability button, and you want to rescue and you let go, Bonbon can still use his items. So just know that he's very similar to First Officer with his abilities. If you, let's say, use ability, but then you decided to rescue, Bonbon can still put his items down in between that 1 second mark. So just be very careful when it comes to rescuing Wish Knight alongside with his items. Okay, here's another thing about Knight's Chivalrous Sympathy. So if Soul Weaver actually cocoons a survivor here, as you do see, and we just move Soul Weaver away, Knight can actually rescue survivors in cocoon. So you just need to press the button, and it's been given immediately here, and she does tank a chip damage if we just go hish. That's only a chip damage taken. So like, even for Soul Weaver here, you can actually rescue just like that. Now, last but not least, Richard Sterling external trace is all thumbs. It's very similar to Weeping Clown here. He receives a 15% decoding speed debuff, but that's going to be it here for Richard Sterling in our test server, and you know, against each hunter throughout the next 1/2 weeks, we'll be uploading Richard Sterling versus all other hunters, and of course a guide here for our Knight. But of course, ones, if you enjoyed this video, why not leave a like, why not subscribe if you're new around here, and hopefully you learned something new. I will see you all in the next videos. Bye bye for now.